Hello and welcome to the Eggars Open Event 2020. Obviously a little bit different this year, but I hope you find that the video and then the guided tours that we're arranging are helpful to you, and you gain all the information that you need. Firstly, I'd like to just emphasise that the most important thing that we wish to focus on in the school is making sure that every lesson is an outstanding lesson, and the quality of teaching and learning in the school is very, very high, and it's something that we spend an awful amount of time working on, developing and trying to improve. And every Wednesday at 2:45 all of the staff have a professional development session when they look at their teaching and their planning, and they work together to try and improve their practice in each subject area. So the teaching and learning is something that we really prioritise and pride ourselves on. And as you can see some of those figures there, we have a lot of internal processes where we watch each other and we look at the quality of teaching and learning, and obviously the aim is to try and get everybody into that outstanding lesson every day for the children. But we're very proud of the quality of teaching that goes on in the school. We base our methodology and our teaching strategy around these 5 core things, that every lesson should have at least some, if not all of these things taking place in the lesson. That is questioning skills, developing understanding, using exemplar model material, developing scholarly attitudes, and testing and assessing students to know what progress they're making and what they need to do to get to the next step. So that's, if you like, a structure that we use to develop with all the teachers in the school, and ways in which we can share best practice in all of those different strategies that we use in the classroom for teachers to try and improve. Conversely, we also have an Eggars learner model, and that is a model which we wish to develop amongst all of the students right from when they start in year 7. It is something that is displayed all around the school, including the foyer that you will see if you come on a tour, and around the school, as something that's really important in terms of key attributes that we want young people to learn so that they can learn successfully. So we want everybody, in every subject, we want the students to be creative, to be reflective, to be resourceful, to be curious, and to be persuasive. So obviously those 5 things look different in an art lesson to they do in a maths lesson, but they will get that understanding and that common understanding of using the same language by going through going to all of the departments, but learning how to do those things in a slightly different way depending on the subject matter. And we've been delighted with the approach of the children and the success it's had so far, and that I think will only go from strength to strength. Fundamentally, what I want every student to just thoroughly enjoy every lesson. Obviously, if children are happy and they're smiling and they're enjoying their work, they'll work hard and then they'll be successful. Easy thing to say, but a difficult thing to implement. But that's what philosophically I believe in, and that's what we work hard at all of the time. And the teachers in the school are fantastic at trying to make lessons interesting and engaging and get people to be enthusiastic about what they're learning. And that's a core principle in the school. Alongside that, it's about the relationship that we have with the student as the learner and the teacher. The student-teacher relationship is absolutely fundamental to people learning. Fundamentally, the teachers here don't teach maths or English, or they teach children. And what I mean by that is that the relationship between the teacher and the student is absolutely fundamental in making sure that the student can learn trigonometry or whatever the particular subject matter. So relationships are really important here, and what we strive to do is to get to know each and every individual really well, to know their strengths, to know their weaknesses, and get to be able to be in a position to where we can help them in the areas that they need that bit of extra support. We also wish to find out what they're really good at and really latch onto and develop those talents that we are very clear every individual in the school has. And it's down to us to find those talents and to nurture them. But relationships are at the heart of our teaching and learning strategy. It's very sad for me that some of you may not be able to get the chance to see the learning environments here. The 38-acre site, the classrooms, the playgrounds, the facilities, the specialist areas, because they are stunning. And I think they're right up there, and they're as good as anybody's. And I'm always very proud to show people. Just going to show you a few pictures for those people that haven't seen them. But we have a fantastic environment, and we often we've won several awards locally for having such a well-kept and beautiful space that the children can learn in, and we're very proud of it. Just on that slide there, you can see all of the new things that we've done in probably the last 6 or 7 years that I'm very proud of. We've refurbished the science department. We've had a new photography ICT centre. We've got lots of outdoor teaching spaces when the weather's good. We've got an outdoor gym. We've got a new Year 7 pavilion where the Year 7s have specifically for themselves. We've got a Year 7 play area. We've got a brand new refectory where all of the school can go and eat, and we have a new professional chef that is able to provide high quality food for the young people. We've got a brand new AstroTurf pitch that we can play all sorts of sports on. We've got a new drama performing arts space that we've just finished developing, and very shortly I'm hoping to start work on a £2 million teaching block that's just going to be at the front of the school here. I'm pointing to the left because it's just going to go where the old caretaker's bungalow used to be, just to the side of my office here at the front of school. So lots of developments have taken place in the last few years, and I'm very proud of the 38-acre site. Hopefully for those of you that will be getting your tour in the next couple of weeks, you'll get the chance to see all of these. That's the Year 7 pavilion where the Year 7s can be on their own at break and lunchtime if they don't wish to mix with the rest of the school when they first join the school, because sometimes if young people have come from a small village primary school, maybe the playground can be a little bit perhaps a little bit busy when they first start, when there's bigger children there. So we've got their own individual space where they can eat their lunch, they can talk to their friends, and we've also got a space where Year 7s only can be served their food, which is a serving point that we've made ourselves for Year 7s. So that's the refectory that I talked about, that I'm very pleased with. We've got some lovely outdoor spaces, loads and loads of picnic benches and places that children can sit down and talk to their friends and eat and enjoy a bit of social time, which of course is every bit as important as their learning time in terms of enjoying their experience at school. The AstroTurf has been fantastic, both for PE lessons and for extracurricular clubs and for sports. So we're delighted with that facility to go along with our lovely fields and our play courts and our tennis courts. So we're very pleased with that. And it's floodlit, so we can use it, and the community can also use it as well. And that's made a great start. So yeah, very, 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 very pleased with the environment that we have for the young people. And I know whenever we talk to Student Voice, they always comment on how proud they are of the facility. So that's great. In terms of the curriculum at school, it's not just the normal 1 to 5 lessons that goes on where children will learn. They will learn in many other situations when they're in the school. I've got some of the students that are going to talk to you in a moment about some of the exciting things that they've done in the school, but there are so many opportunities to learn within the normal curriculum, in the lessons, periods 1 to 5, and in extracurricular that we offer. And I'm very proud of the many things that students can get involved in. We have a huge amount of sport, and we've been very successful with sports in the last few years. Girls and boys have won all sorts of things, lots of trophies, and I think we're going from strength to strength with the sporting provision that we've got. We have huge amounts of people taking part in sports after school, and I'm very proud of this sporting hub that we've got, because we've got the football club that's just to the side, and we've got the rugby club. We have Alton Hockey Club and Alton Hollybourne that use the facilities, and now we've got Alton Hockey Club that use the AstroTurf. So we have got huge amounts of sport going on in school, after school, and then later after school as part of the community. And there's something for everybody. Performing arts is a huge part of the school. We will have a production every year. We had over 100 people in We Will Rock You last year, and performing arts is a huge part of the school. Not just art, but drama and music is a really big part of what we do. And if that's what you enjoy, then the performing arts is very well established, has been for a long time in this school, and we're very proud of that. We have some wonderful digital technology that's available, as well as a still fairly new purpose-built ICT centre that we're very proud of. We have a very successful bring your own device scheme that students bring their own tablet device. We just take the tablet device off for a short period of time. We password protect it. We put it on our intranet so that young people can use our software, and all of the safety checks are in place. Then that becomes a book, a piece of normal school equipment, goes on the desk with your pen and your pencil and your ruler and all of those other things that you use in normal lessons. And it's always available then for the teacher to do some research. They're in geography and they want to look at Mount Etna, and they need to just do some quick research. Everybody has their own personal piece of kit. It's been a really simple and successful initiative, and you don't have to go and spend lots of money. And we will provide you with the list of compatible devices that we can use with our systems. So if technology is your thing, we are lots and lots of technology that goes on in the school that we're very proud of. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a moment now. You've heard enough of me for a few seconds, and I'm just going to introduce some students that are going to talk to you a little bit about the school. I thought I'd start by introducing Lucy and Bart, who are in Year 7, and consequently they've only been in the school for about a month, and unfortunately they've been in the school when it's in a slightly different context, but they are still very keen to come and tell you about what they've been doing in their first month in the school. And then we're going to move over to Sophia and Joe, who are in Year 11, who've been in the school for a bit longer. Thank you.
The best thing about Eggar so far is making new friends and meeting new teachers and getting to know my way around the school. Since I've been here, I've really enjoyed our lessons, and the learning is interesting. The lunches are really yummy. I've only been on the ATP once for PE, and it's really nice to play sport on. I'm really looking forward to bouncing on the trampolines in sports hall. Eggar's sports facilities are amazing, and I love using all the sports equipment. I can't wait to start playing matches. It is hard in ways and easy in ways, but it is very different. For instance, You have to travel to different classes with different teachers and do lots more homework, but our teachers are super friendly and make the lessons really fun. Everything has been explained and there is always a teacher to ask a question to if you don't know where you're going or what to do. Everything is very approachable and the website on Twitter feed is available for lots of information as well. I'm in a tutor group with lots of new people that I didn't know from different primary schools, but we all made friends immediately and it's so exciting to make new friends and get to know them. I've really enjoyed my first 4 weeks at Eggar School.
The best thing about Eggers so far was meeting and making new friends, learning new subjects on a different level than primary. My first day was very exciting. I was looking forward to learning all the fun and interesting subjects at Eggers School. On my first day, we had to introduce ourselves to tell them who we are. I was very positive about starting the school. I found it slightly daunting at first, but as the day progressed, I found it easier. I felt the homework level was a bit harder than my old primary school. Now I have to be more organised than I was before, and I have to become more independent as I'm walking to school with my friend. At Eggers so far, I have made roughly around 6 friends who seem to be all welcoming and funny. We've got some lovely facilities at the school, and I've really enjoyed being at it so far.
Hello, my name is Joe and I am a current Year 11 student at Eggar School. I'd like to tell you why Eggers is a school where pupils can reach their full potential and maybe go even beyond that. One of the most interesting parts of life at Eggers School is the Eggers experience. Eggers experience really does have something for everyone, from pets therapy to athletics. You can give anyone the opportunity to try something they've never done before, with nothing holding them back. I have tried to take part in clubs every time I can. I would suggest you do the same. It's the chance to meet people you might not have had the chance to meet outside of Eggers experience. And who knows, you might find something you enjoy and want to continue. Another amazing part of life at Eggers is the teaching here. Teachers at Eggers School are understanding, helpful, and are willing to take as much time as you need to make you feel comfortable in your lessons. Students can feel able to speak up, however quiet they may be as a person. Personally, I've always found English tough, but the teachers here have helped me to find it less of a struggle and have confidence in my abilities. I've been at Eggers for over 4 years now, and I feel like every year I get more comfortable and confident in myself. I've always been very passionate about sports, especially football, which is why I joined the football team in my first year and have played every year since. As well as the football team, I've been part of clubs like Language Leaders, Duke of Edinburgh, and becoming part of the prefect team last year, which is another great opportunity, and I would suggest you apply in Year 10 when you can. Since joining Eggers, I've made big strides in my personal and educational life as I might make my way towards my GCSEs at the end of this year. I am sure you will enjoy your time here at Eggers as I have. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Sophia and I'm a current Year 11 student at Eggers. I just wanted to give you a little insight into what life is like here and the types of things you could get up to if you choose to become an Eggers student. To begin with, I'd like to mention our recently introduced policy, the Eggers Learner, what it includes and what kind of positive impacts this has had. The Eggers Learner policy is something that is brandished in and around our school with pride. It is the expectations of which our school feel most important to promote when having to learn new things. An Eggers student is obliged to persevere, be resourceful, be creative, reflect and be curious. Hopefully if you follow these motifs, it will not only enhance your knowledge, but most importantly, it will enable you to feel as though you're getting the most out of every day of your secondary education. In my opinion so far, it has made significant improvements in the way students communicate to their peers and teachers, but also provide a supportive base for students to refer back to when they face a challenging task, or even to identify how they could adapt their own qualities in different settings. I'd also like to talk about the sense of community Eggers provides to all its students from the very first day. For me, especially in my position, feel as they were extremely passionate and effective about welcoming and encouraging new students to flourish. Its positive and inspiring work ethic is spread throughout all years, providing students with motivation to achieve their best and to maintain hard work, something we all know are the underlying determiners of how you will succeed in Year 11. As mentioned by Joe, the level of opportunities we provide is simply admirable, something that proudly distinguishes our school from many others, from ski trips abroad and gaining a DofE qualification to competing in various challenges such as the annual UK Maths Challenge. Personally, my favourite was by far the Netball World Cup trip I was fortunate enough to endeavour upon last year in Liverpool. So what will yours be? To summarise, having been involved in countless opportunities and upholding different and unique roles over the years, I would like to re-emphasise from my own experience just how essential it is to grasp everything in your path. I hope you now have an idea of what and how this school is capable of providing for you. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you Lucy and Bart and Sophia and Joe. It was lovely to hear from you, and just to build really a little bit on what the students have been talking about in terms of Eggar's experience. We are very proud of this. It's every member of staff in the school runs different clubs. We have over 50 different clubs, and you name it, I think there is something for everybody in terms of hobbies and interests. We do want the students to get a very rounded experience, so it's not just what goes on in lessons 1 to 5, but it's about all of these other things as well. Being involved in student voice, joining a club, visiting public further education and higher education, voluntary work, being part of a masterclass, project work, getting involved in leadership development. There are a whole host of things here which we wish you to get involved in over the 5 years while you're at the school. And you will develop what we call our online portfolio, our Eggar's Experience online portfolio, so that you can record all of the different experiences that you've participated in over the 5 years. And then when you go for an interview, both to further education and to higher education, you've got a whole host of things that you can recall, that you can talk about, that's developed you, not just academically, but in many other ways. So we're very proud of the Eggar's Experience, and it's developed really nicely over the last 5 years, and there is something for everybody. Let me talk about some of the other extracurricular experiences as well that are on offer just quickly. The music department go on some wonderful tours. They go on a tour every year, go to some lovely places, perform for the local community. Every week we have lots of ensembles. There's lots of peripatetic music teachers here. We have about a quarter of the school that are involved in individual music lessons. And music's a really big part of the school, has been for a long time, very well established under the head of music, Mr. Farris, and if music is your thing, then I think you'll find the music experience here is second to none, and I'm very proud of it. We've also got all sorts of other partnerships that we're developing. I'm particularly proud of this one in Ghana because it's one that I personally got involved in. I wanted the children of Alton to experience something very different to what they experience, being born and bred or being brought up in Hampshire. And we're involved with 3 schools in a village called Mankwazi in Ghana. It's about an hour away from the capital, Accra. And we work with those 3 schools and we visit them every other year, and the trip is most definitely a life-changing experience. It is a wonderful opportunity for young people to see a different way of life. So very proud of our partnership with Ghana. The science department go to the space centre in Russia, which is really popular and a great experience. Modern foreign languages, we offer French and Spanish. They go on lots and lots of trips, as you could imagine, lots of French exchange, Spanish exchange trips, and so forth, which are very popular. We do the Duke of Edinburgh Award, which a lot of you I'm sure will be familiar with, which is leadership development courses really. They are giving young people opportunities to take on challenges, do things at the weekend, get involved in things that aren't classroom based, camping, walking, problem solving, orienteering, taking responsibility really, and it is something that I think is really important. And the number of students in the school that have gradually started to take this award has grown and grown and grown. In fact, we got an award recently from the Duke of Edinburgh for our very high participation rates. So it's something I recommend highly that people to get involved in, and I know that employers and universities think a lot of it. We also do what I call quite straightforward fundamental trips and visits. So, you know, they're not expensive. A weekend away at Marchants Hill, bonding trips for the year groups where they go away together for the day or for the evening or for the weekend, and just simple things like a barbecue together and opportunities that don't necessarily have to cost lots of money, because I think that's really important as well. And it's very important to me that we provide a range of extracurricular for a range of needs and wants and opportunities. So we've got a very broad range there. We obviously are acutely aware of the individual student and its own particular needs are of vital importance. And I do think that if you were to ask me what our unique selling point would be, I would say that because we're a smaller than average school, we're not a big school, we get to know our young people very, very well, and we get to know their individual needs. And whatever those may be, we're here then to help and support and fill in the gaps, whatever they may be with those young people. So I think it's getting to know the people and their individual needs are a huge strength of the school. We have a pastoral support team whose job day in day out is to make sure that the children are happy and smiling and have not got anything that is concerning them that could distract them from being able to get on with their learning. If you're happy, you'll learn well, you'll work hard, you'll be successful, as I said earlier on in my presentation. So we have a very successful pastoral support team here that are here to help the individual, and we have our own hub where all of these people work, and the children, if they need to go and speak to them or they need to go and speak to our welfare team, we have Mrs Tompkinson and Mrs Priddle who are there all day every day simply to help the children and their welfare if they need be. And you know, as I've said, individual attention I think is a huge strength of the school. I'm going to repeat again, I think the relationship side of the teacher-student culture in the school is really, really important. It's really important to me that everybody works really hard to get on and work together in a calm, quiet, focused manner. And that's how I wish the school to operate, and that's how it operates 99.9% of the time. If there is a problem, then people then sit down and have a conversation and problems get resolved, because that's relationships are the cornerstone of successful learning. I think we've got some amazing teachers that are prepared to get involved in all sorts of exciting things. We have a house system in the school whereby staff and students get alongside each other to raise money for charity, to get involved in funny events, to get involved in quizzes, to get involved in sporting challenges, and just generally work alongside each other. Both year 7, 8, 9 and 10 are all mixed up in their house or and alongside the students, alongside the staff, in all sorts of different house events. They go on throughout the year and have become very successful, often fun, and something that the students just enjoy and just make want for a fun and better environment from the academic rigour that we also wish to achieve in lessons. So the house system is something that we're very pleased with. We view ourselves very much as a community school. I like to invite the community into the school. They're in here, I won't say 24/7, but they're here an awful lot. After school, the facilities are used for all sorts of things, not just sports. And we do many, many things with the community, including prize giving, money raising events, charity events. We have a senior citizens party every Christmas. And I really want the children of Eggars School to understand about the community, about voluntary work, and about doing something for others. And fundamentally to just develop that talent of thinking about other people, really, which I think is really important. And I am so often very, very proud of the number of things that our young people in the school get involved with and are prepared to give up their time to do for the community. A real strength. Culturally, I think it's very important that we celebrate the successes of the young people. Everybody has success. Everybody's good at something, and I think it's really important that we celebrate that and that we make sure that the young people can see that they've had some success and that gets shared. And we do that in many, many ways. We have lots of prize givings, we have lots of support, certificate award evenings, we give out postcards, we give out awards, we have assemblies where we celebrate success, tutor time will celebrate success, and you will see in our newsletter so many young people with so many talents that we do try and share in as many different ways as we possibly can. The three most common questions that we find young people ask us are: how do I find my way around? Good question. 38-acre site, making new friends, and homework. So let me just very briefly touch on those. We have a summer camp during our transition process, which will be in the summer holiday, where we will ensure everybody gets plenty of time to find their way around, find out where the toilets are, where their classrooms are, and so on. And everybody will have no problems with that. We also make sure that the summer camp focuses on bonding. We call them bonding days, which means that young people get to meet lots of new friends from other local schools that they haven't met before, and that's a focus for the summer camp. And thirdly, homework. Please rest assured we do not bombard students and families with homework in Year 7. To be precise, we will give them homework weekly in English, Maths and Science, and then they have a project style homework, a 4-week project from each one of the other subjects in a rolling programme throughout the year. As I've said, we have a summer camp that helps for our transition processes, which answers lots and lots of questions and tries to put the children at ease before they start in the September. So we do have guided tours that are available. Please come and see our beautiful site and our beautiful school. We are very proud of it. The tours will all be very much COVID-19 friendly, and all the health and safety hygiene measures will be in place. Thank you all very much for watching.